Hi, Sandy Jamison here. Today we're going to talk about bunkers. As you can imagine, a large amount of the requests for golf lessons that I get here at Commonwealth are to do with bunkers because we've got so many of them. The bunker shot I'm going to teach you is a simple bunker shot, and it should be the basis of all your bunker play, and you can get a little bit more extravagant from there. The first thing we have to understand is the golf club. Now, the consideration of the golf club is because the club's designed to do most of the work for you. Gene Saracen invented the sand iron in the mid-30s, early 30s, and when he first did it was really controversial because they considered him a bit of a cheat. You see, he went for a ride on an aeroplane and he asked the pilot at that time what would be a pretty important question. What makes the plane stay up in the air? And the pilot explained the shape of the wings and so on. He went and changed the design of a sand iron forever. You see, a sand iron's got what we call bounce on it. The back edge of the club is lower than the leading edge of the club. Previously, before Gene Saracen invented this aspect of the club, the leading edge was lower. So when the club hit the sand, it would dig in, which made it imperative to hit an exact spot in the sand to get the ball out. Whereas Gene came along and he put bounce on the club. The back edge is lower than the front edge. What that meant is when this club strikes the sand, instead of digging in, the club bounces, which is why we call it bounce. We can increase the bounce in a bunker shot by opening the club face up. And as I open the club face, the back edge of the club gets lower. So bounce is the first aspect of hitting a bunker shot. If we have bounce, the club won't bury, instead it'll strike the sand and it'll stay at a certain depth without going too deep. Right. Second aspect of a sand iron, it's a heavy club. Heaviest club in the bag, in fact. So when we hold on to it, we don't want to grip down the club, because if you grip down the club, it makes the club lighter. We always want to grip right up the very end. Right. So always gripping up the end, not gripping down it. Thirdly, it's loft. There is ample loft on this golf club to get the ball out of the bunker. So at no point are we going to try and lift the ball out. We're going to let the club head do the work for us. Especially if we open the club face up a little bit. Right? Now the amount of loft I've got will easily get out of any bunker on the golf course. And this is a sand iron. This is 56. It's not 60. Today we're talking about the 56. Alright, so we've got bounce, we've got loft, and we've got weight. So let me show you how that translates to hitting a bunker shot. Now I'm in the bunker, ready to play a shot. What I do with a bunker shot, I always want to put the ball up forward in my stance. So in this case here, I've got the ball just inside my left heel. This is going to give us a couple of things. One, it'll give us plenty of loft. Two, it'll give us more bounce. The more I put the club forward, the more that back edge is lower. Right? Three, it'll mean we'll hit the sand without having to look at a point. You see, the club will bottom out somewhere opposite my sternum, so if the ball's well forward, I will hit the sand and I don't have to try and aim at a certain point behind the ball. I have a nice wide stance. This also ensures I'll hit the sand. So again, I don't want you trying to hit the sand, it will just happen as a product of this. I have opened the club face up, but what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to aim left to allow for it. I'm just going to take my normal alignment. Later on you'll learn to allow for how much it goes to the right, but it won't be very much. Alright, here's the real key. I've got my setup. Now as I make my swing, I'm not going to try and lift the ball out. A lifting action generally means the club's gone past our hands and the club will hit too much sand. What I'm going to ensure I let the loft of the club do the work. So when I strike the shot, my hands are going to be level with the club head or slightly in front. Definitely not way back here. Okay, so ball forward, club face slightly open, normal golf swing. Now there's my simple bunker shot. It's a normal swing. There's no picking it up, cocking it. It's a normal golf swing. No different to any other swing you're going to make on the golf course. I'm sure you'll have more success with that, and if not, book in for a lesson at the pro shop. I'd love to see you.